another yoga video. I hope you're excited.
I'm excited, very excited. You're gonna need 2 blocks, a knee pad, a yoga mat, or just, you know, somewhere to do yoga on like some hard surface that's not carpet. I mean, if carpet's all you got, I guess it's okay, but.
You do it in your kitchen.
Kitchen!
Hardwood floor, man.
There you go, kitchen. As always, when you need to take a break, take a break. If you need to come down a little bit early, you're welcome to. It's gonna be a really fast-paced, fun flow. Gonna get the heart rate going and all that good stuff. So go ahead and grab one of your blocks and lay down. So go ahead and lay onto our backs. I want you to take your block, place it in between your knees on the low setting. Feet underneath the knees, you can adjust them as you need to. We'll go ahead and pull the ribs into the body and lift the hips off the floor to start. So right away, we're gonna go ahead and start to wake up the back part of the body, pushing down into the floor. Keep the hips and the ribs contained. So we're not flaring them up towards the ceiling, we're keeping them into the body. Reach your arms up towards the sky, pull back on the left fingertips, and the right. Roll the wrist around, take the arms up overhead, allow the backs of the hands to rest on the floor, push down into the feet, squeeze the hell out of the block. Breathe for 3, 2, 1. We're going to remove the block, keep the hips lifted, bring the hands by your sides, grip the edges of your mat or whatever you can hold on to, bring your left knee into your chest, keep the hips lifted, keep pushing into the right foot, flex your left foot, and then send your left toes up towards the ceiling. Still pushing down into the right foot, hold for 3, 2, 1. Lower the hips down, keep the left leg lifted, and then extend your right leg out nice and long, making an L. Now with your left leg, I want you to take little pulses up towards your chest. Keep the left foot flexed, right foot flexed also. 3, 2, 1. Bend the left knee, set it back down on the floor. Bring the right foot in, set that bad boy on the floor as well, and then relift the hips. So before we go any further with the movement here, keeping the hips contained, the ribs contained, not letting all that flare up towards the ceiling. Really rooting down into the feet, and almost like a slight drag back of your heels towards your glutes. Really gonna fire everything up today. We're gonna bring the right knee into the chest this time. Shoo. Push down into your left foot, flare your right toes, take a breath in, push down to the left a little bit more, and then extend your right foot up towards the ceiling. Hold for another breath. And exhale, come down, hips lower. Extend the left leg out nice and long. Legs make an L. If your knees need to bend here, that's fine. We're gonna start to pulse up with this right leg. Getting a nice little bit of a pull on the back of the leg. Be careful, I'm out of breath. And then we'll go ahead and bend that knee, set that right foot down, bring the left foot back into the party and set it down on the floor as well. Nice, take the soles of the feet together, knees out wide, reach your arms up overhead and let them rest on the floor. Elbows can bend out to the side. Nice full breath in and out. Beautiful, knees will come together, then lift the legs up into the air. Then I want you to bend your knees so your feet are parallel with the floor. There we go, and then push your big toes together. I want you to interlace your hands, bring them behind your head, knit the ribs into the body, inhale here, and then exhale, lift the shoulders up off the ground. Let the head rest into the hands, think about just lifting the shoulders, and then I want you to take your left foot out to the side so the knee kind of turns in a little bit. Bring the foot back in, inhale and lower. Exhale, lift up. Take the left foot out to the side as the knee knocks in. Come back to center, inhale, lower. Exhale, lift up. We're gonna go to the right leg now. Right knee comes in, right foot kind of goes out. Internal rotation of the hip. Bring the foot back in, inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Right knee in, right foot out. Bring the foot back in line, inhale, lower. Exhale, lift up, hold here. And then I want you to extend your left foot up towards the ceiling. Here we go, lift up a little bit more. Inhale, lower down, bring the foot back in line. Inhale, exhale, moving with the breath, so we move with intention. Extend the left toes up towards the ceiling. Reach up with the toes as you reach up. Oh, and then bring the foot back in. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift up. Reach the right toes up towards the ceiling. Lift up a little bit more off the shoulders. Foot comes back in, inhale, lower. Ooh. Exhale up. Extend the right toes, hold, hold, lift up a little bit more. Inhale, lower. Ooh, take the feet down. Take the elbows out. Ooh. Warming up there, dude?
Yeah.
I am warming up.
I feel it already.
Yeah, I am warming up also.
It's in my cheeks.
Yeah. Whew. Bring your left knee into your chest, flex that left foot, and then just kind of bring that foot in, knee out, and then opposite. So taking the knee out, bringing the knee in. There we go. And then bring it back to a more neutral state, and then just take that whole knee out to the side. Open the whole hip up. Bring it back in line. Take it back out. And then bring that left foot down. We'll go to the other side. Right knee comes into the chest. Flex the foot. Knee in, foot out. Foot in, knee out. Just kind of go back and forth here. There we go. And then bringing it to a neutral state, go ahead and take the right leg all the way out to the side for a moment. Bring it back in. Bring it out. Bring it back in. Set the right foot down. Perfect. Now go ahead and extend the legs up towards the ceiling once more. You're going to keep the legs reaching up. Again, if you need to bend the knees here, that's fine. Interlacing the hands once more. Bringing them behind the head. Inhale below. Exhale, lift the shoulder blades off the floor. Hold here. Let the head rest in the hands. And then twist to the left. Come up off your left shoulder a little bit more. Inhale, come down. Exhale, lift up. Twist to the left. Drop the right foot down towards the ground. Inhale, come back up with the leg as you lower. Exhale up. A little twist, extend the right leg. Reach it back up as you lower. Inhale. Exhale. Left, right leg. Leg lifts up, inhale, lower. I love how as I go, I'm like, I'm going to take out some of these cues. We're going to lower to the left. Right leg comes down. Hold here for a moment. Take your right hand to the outside of that right knee, or the left knee, excuse me. Reach a little bit more forward. Woo, and then come all the way down. Ha. Ha. Yeah, I know, right? Honestly. And I think my playlist shuffled. I'm like,
God.
No, I'm like, this is the end.
The end of the class.
Oh my gosh, okay.
Other side.
Other side, and then we're going to get up. Extend the legs. Hands come behind the head. Inhale and exhale. Now we're going to automatically go to the right. And go ahead and drop that left leg. Inhale, come back up, and then lower the body. Woo. Exhale up. Twist. Now you can do it without lowering that leg, all right? Go ahead and lift the leg back up if you've got it. Inhale, lower yourself. Exhale. Little twist to the right. Maybe drop that left leg. Inhale, lower. Exhale up. Little twist, extend the leg. Hold. Take the left hand to the outside of the right knee. Hold, 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 and then come down. Okay, we're going to rock up to a seat. And we're going to come over on hands and knees. Woo! Bring your blocks with you. Have them in the top parts of your mat. That way you can use them. You need your knee blanket underneath your knees. Always, always place them there. Hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Keeping the head lifted as well, right? We're not letting it drip down towards the floor. Gaze is in between the thumbs. I want you to rock back onto your heels. And then rock forward. And then go to the right and make a big circle all the way around in both directions. And then come back to center. I want you to let the head release. Let the belly, let the chest, shoulder blades soften, everything towards the floor. Keep the head down. Just kind of releasing all of that towards your mat. And then rounding, go ahead and tuck the tailbone, pull the belly in, round the spine, puff into the shoulder blades, drop the chin in a little bit more. And then inhale, soften everything to the floor. Start to tilt your head, turning your gaze forward and up. Ooh, maybe getting a little bit of pull in the front body. And then exhale, round, push the mat away. Inhale, Exhale. Beautiful. Now, if you're really tight, go ahead and place your hands on tops of blocks on the low setting, right? That way you just get a little bit more of a lift. We're gonna extend our right leg behind us. There we go, bend your knee, and then draw a circle with your right knee. And it doesn't have to be a massive circle, it can be a little bit more narrow. Just trying to mobilize this hip joint a little bit. And then go ahead and extend that right leg back out behind you. Watch how high that leg can get though, because you don't want it way up towards the ceiling, letting the pelvis tip. We want to keep it more in line with that hip. Hold here, lift the head again, push into the floor, bring the right knee back in to meet the left. We'll extend the left leg behind us, bend that knee, and then start to draw a circle with that left knee. Watch your hips. Sometimes the pelvis can kind of tilt with us, and we want to try to keep the movement in the hip joint, not in the pelvis. Pushing into the arms, and then we'll extend the left leg behind us. Beautiful. Push into the mat, lift the head, bring that left knee back in to meet the right knee. Go ahead and lift the knees, lift the hips, come into our first downward dog. Pedal out the feet a little bit. You can keep your hands on blocks if you want, or you can take them off, it doesn't matter. It's really about what works best for you. And some days you may need them and some days you don't. Now extend your right leg up towards the ceiling and hold there for a moment. Now, I'm gonna kind of use rack here to demonstrate. Flex your foot, yeah. And what we don't want is this leg to be so high up into the air that her shoulders and everything are reaching down towards the floor. So her shoulders are really strong here, really pushing into the mat. Foot is flexed and the hips turn down towards the floor, which is exactly what we want. You think about lifting from the heel and using those booty muscles to lift. The other thing you don't want to do is you don't want to sink into the shoulders. You want to keep them nice and strong too. We'll bring the right foot back down. Left leg will lift. And then same thing, you don't want to completely open, twist out to the side and dump into your right shoulder. You want to keep the arms pushing into the floor, pushing into your right big toe, flexing that left foot and lifting up through the heel. Take the left foot back down. Both knees come down. And we're going to come up onto the knees and bring the left foot forward. There we go. Go ahead and start to roll the shoulders. This movement can be as exaggerated as you want. Ooh. And then come back to center. Bring your hands to your rib cage and think about this area coming into the body, right? And then I want you to paw it open. So extend your ribs. Yeah, flare them out. This is what we don't want. We're going to keep them pulled in. And then reach both arms forward and up. And then take the arms back a little bit without losing the rib cage. So trying to kind of move that stretch into the shoulders. You can look up in between the hands if you want. Whew. We're going to twist open to the left, bring the arms into a T. So you're going to face the left side of your mat. Palms will face out to the side as well. Take your left arm down alongside the body, reach it forward and up, back alongside the ear. Twist open to the left. Left hand sweeps around, back, forward, and up. There we go. Open one more time. Sweep it around. Perfect. Now this time we're going to take our right arm, we're going to sweep it out to the right. We're going to twist open towards the right side of our mat. There we go. Now I want you to look back at your right thumb, challenge yourself a little bit, and then follow your thumb down towards your heel. See if maybe you can tap it. Maybe not. That's all right. Left arm reaches up towards the ceiling. Hold 3, 2, roll this right arm out and up towards the ceiling, back forward. There we go. And then we're going to bring the hands to the top of the thigh. We're going to open out to the right into our goddess. So we're going to lift our right knee up and then twist open to the right. Bring some the arms in the party as well. All right, so the knees are going out to the side, toes are pointing out. Now if having the toes pointing out doesn't feel good, you can keep them a little bit more forward. Arms are going to come into goalpost, and then we're going to bring the right hand down to the ground on the inside of that right leg. This right leg is going to kick in front of this left leg and come forward to the front of the mat. And you're going to come to a seat. Perfect. Here we go. So right leg's going to stay forward. Left knee is going to come into the chest and nice and tall. Beautiful. Now, we haven't done this one in some time. I want you to lift your right leg up. Woo! Tap, lift, tap, lift, tap, lift. We're going to tap, we're going to lift, and we're going to hold it up. Hold, 3, 2, take the heel down. Beautiful. Now we're gonna come into what's called wild thing. We're gonna take our left leg, we're gonna take it away from us just a little bit. Your right hand's gonna go behind you. There we go. And then you're gonna push down into your left foot and come up onto the right toe. The hips are gonna lift up towards the ceiling, push down and lift up. Beautiful. Release the hips back down to the floor. Keep your right hand on the ground, or if you need to use both hands, you can. So I'll show it with both hands. Go ahead and lift that right hip up. That right leg's gonna go back into our goddess. We're gonna come back up this way. Perfect, go ahead and bring the arms up too. Ooh, reach the arms out to a T. And then start to kind of wing them back behind you. Now when you do this, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Ooh, I feel like a bird. Flap, flap. Reach the arms up alongside the ears. Twist so you're back into a high lunge facing the front of the mat. So that back toe is where that transition comes. So you come up onto the toes, the heels will lift. We're gonna bring both hands back onto our left thigh. And then I want you to lean over so you're looking at your left big toe. Push yourself forward more with your right foot. Maybe lift the back leg up. And if you wobble around a little bit, that's good. We're going to come into a forward fold at the top of the mat. Right leg will come down beneath the left. Reach the hands down to the floor. Give the head a little shake. Plant the hands, step the feet back for downward dog. Believe it or not, this is going to be the resting pose of the class. If you ever need to take a child's pose instead, feel free. We'll bring the knees both down. Come up onto the knees, bring the right foot forward. Woo! Beautiful, I'm sweating. Reach both arms forward and up. I'm going to take them home. We'll turn the fan on.
Boom.
Perfect. Wonderful. So right foot's forward. We're going to twist open to the right. Arms come out into a T. Beautiful. This right arm comes alongside the body, reaches back forward and up. And then we twist open to the right. Hand comes down, sweeps around. And back open once more. Twist forward and up. There we go. Now we're going to open to the left this time. Back toes are tucked under for a little extra stability. Left hand's going to reach back towards the left toes. Reach the right arm up towards the ceiling. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Left hand windmill up and around. There we go. And then bring both hands down to the floor. Oh, wait a minute. Onto the thigh. If you need to bring them onto the ground, so you show it without the hands, you just show it on the thigh. You can bring your hands on the inside of your right leg, lift the back knee, and then we're going to twist open into goddess facing the left side of our mat. Perfect. Woo. Yeah, gotta get your balance here. Left hand comes down the inside of that left leg. Take the left leg forward to the front of the mat and come to a seat, right knee into the chest. Here we go. I'm going to give you a minute. So before we go any further, if you're sitting here at home and you're like, what the? Right knee is into the chest, left leg is in front of you, and you're facing the front of your mat. Now, we're going to sit up nice and tall, holding on to dear life with this right knee. We're going to lift the left leg up. Take it down, lift it up, take it down. Now, as we lift and take it down, if you can barely lift this leg off the floor, that's fine. Rack and I have been lifting and taking it down for a few years now. So, you know. And then we'll go ahead and set the left foot down. Now, before we come into our wild thing, it is a lot on the shoulders. So if you have any kind of previous shoulder issues, you can kind of do what I call a reverse tabletop. So I'll go ahead and show you what that looks like. Is you bring your hands behind you, feet on the floor, and then lift the hips up. And notice I have both my feet and my hands, which helps. In wild thing, you're only balancing on one arm and really like one leg. So as you work up to a reverse tabletop, once you feel like you've got this, you can start to play around with doing a one arm. Now notice both feet are on the floor, which makes it so much easier to lift. However, it does require quite a bit of arm strength. So, you know, use your best judgment with yourself, listen to your body. We've been feeling a little tired lately. Do a reverse tabletop instead. So right foot's in, left foot's out. We're going to take our left hand behind us to the side. You're going to push down into your feet, lift the hips up, and reach the right arm back. Woo. Lift the hips a little bit higher, and then come down. you can bring both hands to your side or one hand. We're going to lift up, kick the left leg back out, come back into goddess. Go ahead and reach the arms up, bring them into goalpost, and then bring the hands behind the head. Take your right elbow to your right knee. Round forward and around, go to the left side, come back to center. You're taking a big circle all the way around and back. If you suffer from dizziness or vertigo, don't do this part. Just stay upright. Yeah, right? Take your time. Come back to center, hold here, reach the arms back out. Whew. We'll bring the hands to the hips. We're going to come into our high lunge facing the front of the mat with the right leg. So you spin on those back toes. Now your high lunge can be a little closer together, or you can be hella wide. It's really up to you as far as what you want to do today. Since we're going into a balancing position, go ahead and hop your back foot in a little bit more. Interlace your hands, place them onto your right thigh. Lean forward over your right foot and push off your back toes. So try to load your front leg more, maybe lifting the left leg up.
My quad wasn't ready.
Ooh, that's all right.
I wasn't ready.
Green, left leg will come in to meet the right leg. We're going to come into chair pose. Hips back, knees bend, arms come forward. Now my gaze, I like to keep it right out in front of my mat versus in between my hands because I'm on a phone all the time, so my head gets cranked up. So I'm going to try to put it in the other direction while I'm in yoga. Right? We don't want to exasperate issues here. Take the hands down. Go ahead and soften the knees if you need to. Fold over the legs. Woo! Step the right foot to the back of the mat. Take the right knee down. Reach both arms forward and up. Low lunge. Wiggle around a little bit. That's fine. We like wiggles. Bring both hands to the left thigh. We're going to push down, lift up off that right knee, twist open to the side, come into goddess. Reach the arms out into a T this time now. There we go. Right hand comes down. Kick the right leg forward, come back into a seat with the right leg forward. Keep the right hand on the ground. We're going to go right back up in a wild thing. Woo. And then from here, left foot's going to come down. We're going to kick that right leg back behind us and come back up into goddess. Woo. Woo, that's a lot on the legs.
I know.
Come into our high lunge. Woo. Both hands come to the thigh. Lean forward and maybe lift up off the back toes. Now we're going to bring your right foot behind your left ankle. So we're going to do a little crisscross action here. Yep, so left leg's in front of the right. We're going to fold over. Now you may need your blocks for this guy. Go ahead and brace on.
Thank you. That's all I need. Good.
Good. Uncross that leg, set it back down to the floor. Woo. Fold over the legs. Thank you, friend. It's a block party. In the knees, shift the hips back, come into chair. Woo. And then come to standing. Hands come to prayer. Nice. Shake out the legs a little bit. We're going to go to the other side. Right over that. All right. Reach the arms forward and up. And then forward and down towards the floor. Set the left foot back this time. There we go. Left knee will come down. Inhale both arms forward and up. Perfect. Bring the hands to the right thigh. We're going to lift the left knee, open up into goddess on the left. Bring the arms into a T. Left hand comes down. Kick the left leg forward. Come to a seat. Left hand stays on the floor. We're going to come back up in a wild thing. And then from wild thing, we're going to go into goddess. So kind of drop the hips. Maybe use both hands. Take the left foot back. Woo! Come up into goddess. Arms come out.
Take your time.
Yep, take your time. That's why when we get into a pose, I'm going to take a second. Come into our high lunge with the right knee forward. Woo, bring the hands to the hips. Ever thought high lunge would feel like a resting? Pop your back foot in a little bit. Make it a narrow high lunge. Both hands come to that right thigh. Lean forward and maybe lift the left leg up. Cross the left ankle behind the right ankle. Hold over crisscross leg. Now, if this doesn't feel good for the knees, just come to a regular forward fold. Forward fold. left foot to the back of the mat. Left knee will come down. Ooh, right knee will go back to meet it. Beautiful. Now we're going to add even more into our flow. Come to tabletop. This is going to be our final go through before our Shavasana. Take your left toes, kickstand them off the mat. Right foot's going to go to the back of the mat. Right arm will go up towards the ceiling, come into our side plank. Beautiful. Now before we lift this right leg, watch this area. Sometimes it likes to open out to the side. I want you to try to keep it pulled in together, right? And then maybe lift the right leg up off the floor. Now, Raquel's lifting hers in line with her hip. I'm keeping it a little further down. It's up to you. The one thing I don't want to see is this. Keep it either in line with the hip or a little bit underneath. We're going to take our right hand, we're going to bring it to the floor. Right knee comes back in. Right elbow goes down. Kick the left leg out behind you in the air. There we go. Left knee comes down with the kickstand. Open back out into our side plank. Right hand, right elbow, right knee comes down. Left leg kicks back. Watch the rib cage. Don't let it flare out. Left knee comes down. We open back out into our side plank for a moment. This time we're going to switch it up. Bring the knee in. Step the foot to the front of the mat. Come into our low lunge. Reach both arms forward and up. Open out to our goddess. Woo.
To the left?
Yeah, to the left. There we go. We're piecing all of this together. Left hand comes down. Left leg kicks out in front of you. Set yourself up, and then we're going to come into wild thing. Left hand behind you. Lift the hips up. Woo. Hips come down. Kick that left leg back out. Use both hands. Back into goddess. Ha. Ha. High lunge to the front. Reach both arms forward and up. Warrior 3. Take the arms back. Lean into that front leg and lift off the back leg. Woo. Woo. Left foot will come underneath the right leg. Come to standing. Ooh. Nice. Inhale the arms forward and up. Exhale, chair pose. Hold over the legs. Take the right foot to the back of the mat. Right knee comes down. Kickstand the toes. Right hand on the floor. Come out to our side plank. Left toe can stay on the ground first and then lift. And then same thing as before. Left hand, left elbow, left knee comes down. Kick the right leg back. Beautiful. Right knee comes in with the kickstand. Lift open into our side plank. Left hand, left elbow, left knee. Kick the right leg. Right knee with the kickstand. Lift back up to the side plank. This will be the last one. Come down, left hand, left elbow. Kick the right leg. Hiya! Had to do it. Come back up into the side plank. Hold here. Knee comes into the chest. Step to the front of the mat. Bring the right foot back in line. Reach both arms forward and up. There we go. Perfect. Now, if you need to use your hands for the goddess, you can. If you want to challenge yourself more, we're going to lift that right knee up and open out. Woo! Right hand comes down. Right leg kicks forward. Keep the right hand on the ground. We're going to lift right up into wild thing. Now, if you want to challenge yourself, you can go ahead and go from wild thing into goddess. Otherwise, take the left hand down. Bring the right foot back. Come back up. Now we're going to come into our high lunge with the left leg forward. Take your arms back like you're skiing down a mountain. There we go. Lean over that left leg. Hop the right foot in, or maybe just go ahead and lift it up off the floor. Woo! Airplane!
For real.
Hold. Hold. Right foot comes in, come into chair pose. Woo! Come to standing. Nice. Perfect. Now we're going to come down the floor for our Shavasana. Reach both arms forward and up. Hold over the legs. Step both feet back. Downward dog. Woo. Knees come down. Feet go to one side. Go ahead and sit back and lay all the way down. We're going to do a little twist here at the end of class. Go ahead and bring your right knee into your chest. There we go. Left leg's going to stay extended out on the ground. We're going to hold on to the right knee with the left hand. Reach the right arm out to the side. Take a breath in. And then on an exhale, take a twist. So the knee's going to go over to the left. Shoulders stay relatively close to the floor. And you can even think about that right shoulder gluing down into the ground. Both feet are flexed. And really focusing on your exhales, okay? So when you breathe in, you feel that expansion. And as you exhale, you might go into your twist a little bit more. Maybe not. Maybe you stay right where you are. Now we're going to rotate back to center. Bring your left foot onto the floor. Cross your right ankle over your left thigh. And then take your right hand to your right thigh and just kind of push it away from you a little bit. See how that feels. Release the right hand, lift the left leg up into the air, bending that left knee, and push the knee into the ankle to bring the leg closer to you. Now, if you want to take that bind, reaching your right hand in between your legs and grabbing your left behind that thigh, you can, not necessary. Go ahead and uncross the legs, shake them in the air, and then extend the legs out nice and long. Reach your arms overhead, breath in, and then exhale, left knee will come into the chest this time. We're going to hold onto the knee with the right hand. Left arm goes out to the side. Inhale. Exhale, take the twist. Knee will go off to the right. Shoulders stay on the floor. Gaze can be up at the ceiling. Eyes can be closed. Or you can look over your left shoulder. Breathe deeply here. Come back to center, bring the right foot onto the floor, cross the left ankle over the right thigh, make sure the ankle's past the thigh, and then lift the right leg up into the air, pushing that knee into the ankle, bringing it closer to the body. Perfect. Now, if having the foot up in the sky just feels a little bit too much for you, you can just keep it on the ground and maybe just let the legs fall off to the right or the left. Take another breath here. Go ahead and lower the foot down, uncross the leg, extend the legs out nice and long. You can stay with the feet on the floor and just let the knees knock in together. If you're home and you have a couch, I encourage you to put your feet up in your couch, kind of like legs up the wall even. If you have some space on your wall, you can do that instead. Otherwise, we're going to lay here for a few moments. I'm going to play a little relaxing song, and we'll be in here for our Shavasana. So I want you to let your breath just go back to its natural inhales and exhales, not forcing, not putting any kind of deep breaths in, just letting it do its thing. Whatever thoughts come up in the next few moments, allow them to come and go. Acknowledge whatever it is that you're thinking about, and then bring it back to the present moment. begin to deepen your breath. Bringing the awareness back into your body. Go ahead and wiggle your fingers and toes. Take some time to add some any movements or stretches that you would like to before rolling off to either side and coming up to a nice comfortable seat. Or you can just stay on the floor, that's fine. Legs can be crisscrossed or extended out in front of you, sitting up nice and tall if you are seated. If you're laying down, go ahead and just rest your hands on your body. Just take some breaths in and out, noticing how you feel now as opposed to the beginning of the practice. The flow we did is difficult. It is a lot of left and right movements, and it is a little bit more advanced. But whether you got all the poses, whether you tried, maybe got a little backwards sometime, that's fine. You got your practice in, you invited a sense of play. Bring the hands to prayer in front of our hearts. Bow your chin to your chest. Give yourself a thank you for making the